Timor-Leste, CARE has been producing educational magazines to help school children, teachers, and communities with literacy, numeracy, and life skills for over 15 years. Today, the LaFaik magazines remain the largest and best-known educational publications in Timor-Leste, written in the local language Tetun, and covering topics like geography, language, agriculture, maternal health and nutrition, culture and science, and issues such as peace, women's rights, and gender equality.
In post-referendum 1999, as you know, 90% of the schools in Timor-Leste were either damaged or completely destroyed. Now, this left the children in Timor-Leste with lack of trained teachers and learning materials, which motivated CARE to start the production of the LaFaik magazine. Initially, the magazine, its first publication, started in December 2000, and it went out as a child's right awareness magazine, along with a teacher guide to all the primary schools across the country.
The LaFaik project is the longest term program that we have. We've been operating LaFaik for more than 15 years here in Timor-Leste, and it's also present across the country in all 13 municipalities, reaching, we estimate, about 60% of the population. So it's a very big project, and it's our largest project in Timor-Leste.
The magazine is produced through support from the New Zealand Aid Program and in strong partnership with the Ministry of Education of Timor-Leste.
The LaFaik magazine is part of my roles. I'm managing this program since 2012 when I joined with the New Zealand Embassy. We think that the LaFaik magazine is very important to support the kids in Timor-Leste, especially for the people in the rural area.
Lafayette magazine reaches into the classroom but also into the home, and education in the home is also critical. Education is not just about school, but it's also about what happens in the community and in the home. And I think Lafayette magazine, it does, by reaching to the community as well as the school, really does support that learning at home and learning with parents.
Revista LaFaik bele contribui para transformação toma nida nebema ka iha população sira hosi toman hakara katurona det batoman nebema katu tem que ser le. Ir revista LaFaik kana sene sa instrumento ida bala bari que considera tu le ne buat nebemos maka introduce alfabeto, introduce mos numeracia bala bari sira. Ne importante revista LaFaik ninia kanar nebema nebele halo e ligação ba área educação ninia.
LaFaik is distributed throughout the country in different editions for various target groups. Currently, CARE produces 4 editions of LaFaik.
The LaFaik Kick, which goes to preschools grade 1 and 2, focuses on children's readiness to prepare them to take on more difficult reading and numeracy tasks as they progress to grades 3 and 4 and onwards. For grades 3 and 4, we go a bit higher because there are more advanced skills that they should be developing. So we build on those foundations that we have built in the LaFaik Kick to increase the level of difficulty a bit more and to equip students better as they move on to grades 5 and 6. LaFaik Bamanurin, which goes to the teachers from preschool all the way to grade 6, focuses on improving teachers' classroom management methods and also helping teachers to apply or use child-centered methodologies. LaFaik ba Comunidade, which goes to the households, contains information around families' economic and social well-being. We provide information in simple messages around agriculture. So overall, how can the family improve its social and economic status?
Every issue of the LaFaik magazine starts with an in-house brainstorming session of the production team at CARE. Some of the team members have been working on LaFaik magazine for many years and take great pride in the popularity of their characters and the impact the magazine's stories have had over time in the local communities.
naran lafaik ne husiker. Mai be karakter lafaik ho siranai hat mau sesta. Mambere abui anoi idane karakter ne husi hau makhalo. Natong halo ne mas hau halo spes kiza kida balabarik. Hau lau di disenyo ne hudi lau lafaik ho sirana karakter ne hat hau di lau tama sai uma ho sekolah tur balabarik. Ya natong ne ya labarik sida hare ho inama sermo sari ho tu ba karakter ne hat ne sirane diak mai be lafaik tengi troka. Tama uja hau gambar lafaik ne uja nehan. Ihan mai be labarik bel tau antau am fila fala mi kuliah fale antau ami mudah fali la fahek ne la bele uja ninihan sepela balik la bele harek tau
revista ne los ema derit makhalo mai be ami hakerek naing iha ilustrador nomos iha layout anta ami kipatolo ne ami servisu hamutu anta servisu na am sente kata ami bela suporta malo insa tu cria revista no historia siramos dalla rumamos ami la cria historia imaginação ami bela cria mai be quando colia kona ba história realidade anta ami dalla ruma ami se tumba distrito sira anta hoidane ami tumba comunidade husu comunidade sira liliu itania avô sira kaitani tiun sira na bema katene di dia que história e a realidade na bema que ruma acontece então hina ba sira formai depois mai mak ami desenvolve hakere kalau dia kelutang.
Consulting with the Ministry of Education, the care team ensures that the stories and messages in the school magazines are in line with the national curriculum. The draft for each edition is reviewed by the team of educational experts from the Ministry of Education and checked thoroughly.
Care desenvolve atividade barak atu nune atu lori manori labarik sira atu haklian liu serninia conhecimento atu nune belehetan resultado ne bematia que aprendizagem.
Ita hututu no positivo ida det. O insama ita tu hasai qualidade educação em Timor na bem magdiak. Anta ausente kata ko konsultação sirne, ami mos bela aprende tam buat balu ho si sira curriculum. Ausente kata kami serviço sa parceiro, ami fahe amnia matenek ba malu atu nene ami bela cria revista la fagne atu bela sai dia kelutang.
Ini buat dia aktivis atu asegura kata buat nebe atu informação hirak nebe atu to itania mestre sira itania estudante sira maka informação nebe que los claro
nebe kun todo netung tem que ali na dune ho currículo nebe ami desenvolve e depois tuir dune labarik nia idade tuir maimos ami haremos ortografia tambah ita tem que hato o buat ne ortografia tetu nebe los ba estudante para siramos abambairua bele halo buat nebe los.
Community consultations are conducted regularly across the country to obtain first-hand views and opinion on published stories and to develop storylines for future editions of La Faik Bacomunidade.
Dalam rumah komunitas sira barak mak sira ka conhece dia ke revista dalam rumah sira hanuin kata ke revista ne ba labaris sekolah det mabe revista ne mos ita fahe distribuimos ba ina aman sira antau uhin lorong atau halau atividade atau halau sosialização ba komunitas sira kata revista ne la osit ba labaris sira mabe ba sira humos atau sira bele usa além de labaris sira bele film mai uma sira bele usa revista atau bele hanori fala sira ne uma.
How content tebes ba revista La Faik ne how aprende buat balu ni halaran hanesan hanorin wan sira estuda hamutuk media fo libre sira halimar hotu te aprende buat balu ni halaran hansa te insasoro fohan labarik.
Often these sessions become a learning experience for all participants and a fun event for community members. Sometimes, practical demonstrations like cooking are included to support magazine articles.
Ida ni asa promoção ida, baitanya comunidade, iha ona revista La Faik, iha imagem henaba, uinsa atu prepara hamba labarik au bebe fulang nento sanurising ida, depois ba labarik fulan sanurising tinang ida bato tinan rua. Ligação demonstração tem em cais revista La Faik atu reforça conteúdo nebe que iha ona revista La Faik.
For the teacher's edition, it is very important to ensure that the topics are practical and suitable for educating the future generations of Timor-Leste. A special focus is given to fun and educational activities for the classroom. Lafayette Comunidade provides opportunities for partners to sponsor articles whose topics align with the magazine's goals. Through Lafayette, partners are able to promote beneficial ideas across the country while providing the magazine with useful and relevant articles to help the communities. Sponsorships provide resources that contribute to the sustainability of the magazines.
Hanoin libro Lafayette ne vela maitan para ai sira labarik sira professor sira lo que tá na minha capacidade rodeamento tá na minha capacidade baui na paten.
After a 2 to 3 month process of developing the magazine content, it goes to print. When the latest editions arrive at the warehouse, the drivers jump into action. The magazines leave the care warehouse on trucks to go to the municipality capitals.
Benghira mi lori libro ba bele todo ni tania alin sira ne sira bele aprende la varik sira senti contente tamba sira simu libro ho historia baraki ha libro ni lara sira contente la halima benghira sira simu libro dan.
From the municipality capitals, the magazines often travel by motorbike to reach the more remote destinations. The care field officers often have to be precision drivers to fulfill their delivery duties. Children, teachers, parents, and community members cannot wait for the new issue of Lafayette. And the response to Lafayette is always tremendous. A long process with many stakeholders comes to an end. And the children can't wait to take their copy of Lafayette home.
Labar sira mo kadarung hate te bahau de mau. Ia tina hira liwana revista lama itina. Ami tristel halimar. Mas kanu ia momento hanesang ne mau nur revista mai. Ami sente contente também revista Lafayette na ajuda dunia ami. Ami belle hatene belle conhece a letra, belle conhece desenho, ser bem mak ia revista ne larang. Husi revista Lafayette ne mak ajuda dunia ami suporta dunia ami uma. Ne ser contente. Ne maioria escola maioria contente inclui professor. Ne contente hoit na revista ne bem mak italoriba.
Hau ne sentimento ba distribuição Lafayette ne dia teves tamba belle ajuda ami escola dane ho ami professor sira nunemos ami aluno sira ia processo hanorinia. Ami bele hare manorin sira hosi patin seluk ida falimos maka ia curriculum ami hare katak Lafayette nemos ia liga sound e depois ami mos usa mate disiplina barak maka ia Lafayette dane hodi aprobeta hanorin mos ia escola dane tuir plano escola paunia.
Lafayette is more than just an educational publication. It has become an icon, with people across the nation eagerly anticipating the next edition.
Lafayette magazine is a great educational tool because it's so tangible. It's colourful, it's bright, it's got great content, but children can actually pick it up and use it. And in many homes there are no reading materials. Lafayette is one of the only reading materials in many homes, and so it just contributes so richly, I think, to the educational experience that children get in schools.
The Lafayette project for more than 15 years has been a household name really for learning and communication and development around the country. And we feel that there's a huge potential for Lafayette to continue to do that into the future. One idea that we have is for Lafayette through increased partnerships, especially sponsorship partnerships, to become more and more sustainable as a project in its own right. So not so dependent on getting donor funding, but able to generate its own resources. That would be very helpful to enable Lafayette to continue to do its work into the future.
How hare si komedia inan amang oan maka tur le revista anta hau sinti orgulho tebes. Importante tebes ba labarik sira nebe maka aprende le use ina amang be aprende le bele usa buat nebe maka revista.
Sentimento amniang bahira kon amitum bai base mak amare manoring ida mak le la revista comunidade ida mak sira halo tuir hela lalauk na be mak revista lara am sente orgulho tebes.
Revista Lafaik ni sa media sa fonte informação ida atune comunidade sira bela hatene.
Em revista Lafaik nem distribuição maka dia tebes ba to be escola serne ia aldeia no suku e tambane nei diak tebes bele suporta amfiar katakne bele suporta be implementação currículo ensino básico ciclo da huluk no daruak nia.
E educação tem que ser lori ba contexto local. Quando ita usa ona hanesan autores sirane ma hosi contexto Timor ni é importante tebes e buat nebe ma ko sai atrativo e bele hamuso orgulho ida tamane maka banir hakere ko tetu ne completa processo hanoring balabarik sira.
Today, many young adults who grew up with Lafaik and its character still remember the important messages they learned from the magazine. For the future, with the expansion of technology across the nation, there are many ideas to spread the messages from Lafaik through more channels, such as digital apps, online learning platforms, and social media.